Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting Max Kaiser. The sooner everyone puts their net worth into Bitcoin, the sooner we'll have world peace. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin bull cycle outpaces historical patterns by 100 days. That's right. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as breaking news. The Bank of America customers see $0 balances amid nationwide outage. That's right. Be careful keeping your money in the bank. We'll also be discussing Ripple CEO on the SEC appeal. He says, we'll fight in court for as long as we need. And they say this could be dragged into early 2026. We'll also be discussing North Carolina Bitcoiners set up a hurricane research and rescue operation. That's right. The Bitcoiners will focus on overlooked communities in Western North Carolina that have received little state or federal support and remain cut off from life-saving supplies. We'll also be discussing $100,000 Bitcoin price incoming, but it depends upon increasing demand and favorable seasonality. I'll be sharing this timeline and prediction from CryptoQuant. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fan. What's poppin'? What's good in the hood? JV live and in the flesh. Shout out everyone in that live chat. We streaming on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Happy October 3rd, 2024. Shout out Diana Jones. Shout out Short Coin. Shout out Alan Haley. Shout out Diana again. That calloused Asian with the W stream. Thank you, brother. Shout out Mango Penguins. Sailing, fishing, shooting adventures. South Africa in the building. Do let me know where you're tuned in from, as this is a live and interactive show. So let's go. Juan Espino, welcome, brother, and to the rest of the fam.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome to the entire crypto fam. We live it in the flesh. You're going to notice the stream pinned at the very top of my X profile. If you guys can give it a heart and a repost, all reposts with quotes and comments will get reposted during the live stream. You'll get shouted out and also follow you back if you're new to the stream. Yeah, sucks for XRP holders. I mean, not a good look. They're going to be, actually, they already submitted the appeal, and they could take until 2026 to get any sort of resolution from the court. So they could potentially miss out on another bull run, just like they did previous bull run, as I believe it was Jay Clayton's last day as the SEC before Chairman Gensler took over. They launched the lawsuit against Ripple Labs. That's where it all started, and it's still going. Alex Jones for president 2028. Flex on him there, Judson. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome, Chandy10 Music, the #1 Bitcoin music channel. Hands down. Everyone make sure you're subscribed to Chandy10 Music on the tube and follow her on X, Chandy R. Gregory. Shout out to our Oracle, JC Ice. I know she's in North Carolina there. So obviously our prayers go to JC and all the people who have been affected by the hurricane. That's going to be another topic of conversation here today. Bitcoiners stepping up for some rescue missions and help. It seems the Fed do not want to help these people for whatever reason. You can figure that one out. But I also shared a very interesting poll on my X last night. And the poll read, and I'll read you the results really quick before we dive into some of the news. My poll said, was Hurricane Helene engineered weather warfare? And 48% of you said yes, of course. 27% of you said no way, Jose. And 25% of you said I don't know. And we shared some interesting videos on the uncensored version of the pod the other day, including this. Actually, it was this one. How to steer hurricanes, flood homes, and steal lithium. And then there's another very interesting one, but this is censored, unfortunately, right now. So I got to be careful about what I say. And yeah, but anyways, welcome everyone to the stream. How's Melda doing? I see Melda's name in there. Pray for Melda. Is she also in the, I thought she was in Canada. They get affected as well. The hurricane was horrible, and they not getting from, I know. A lot of people need help right now, from my understanding, and they're not helping anyone. Instead, they're more concerned about sending money to foreign countries like the Ukraine and all those agendas, if you feel what I'm saying. Wildfires, damn, that sucks. Wildfires, hurricanes, Jesus. So my prayers go out to anyone and everyone suffering as a result of what we're just discussing. But anyways, welcome everyone to today's stream. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. JV live and in the flesh. And again, please repost and share the stream over on X, guys. It's always appreciated. We'll get more eyeballs here. We could orange pill more of the masses, which is always important. I mean, that's the reason why I'm streaming each and every day. You know what I mean? But yeah, welcome everyone just joining us. Without further ado, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and go ahead and subscribe. It's free to do so. Then hit that bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1776. I'm your host, JV. It is October 3rd, 2024. Welcome to October, but thus far, first couple of days have been corrective. Currently, Bitcoin down $1,500 on the day. As you can see on your screen, I will be pulling up some of the live charts and all that stuff. But first, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. As you can see here, we have Ethereum down 5%, trading back down at 2,300. We have Bitcoin down 2%, maintaining just above 60,700. XRP down 11% on the day. You probably can't see it on your screen, but it's trading at 52.2 cents as the majority of the alts are correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. Current crypto market cap sits at $2.1 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap is all the way down to $1.2 trillion. We have 95 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance is on the climb. Wow. The highest in a minute, 57.1%. The Ether dominance, the lowest I've seen this in a long time, many years, 13.4%. That's probably a new low for Ethereum. Not looking so good over there. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, only a handful even in the green. Aptos up 6%, Flare up 3%, and the infamous Monero up less than 1%. The majority of the alts are correcting and in the red. Let me know which alt, if any, you're most bullish on for the bull. Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Unfortunately, sad to say, 90% of the market corrective and in the red. Zooming out on the monthly, it's a different story. I'd say 80-20, green over red. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index today, we're still in fear. 37, yesterday 42, last week 50 neutral, and last month a 26 in fear. And checking down the time chain calendar, we got 186,022 blocks yet to go until Bitcoin halving 2028. We're currently on block number 863,978. As you know, approximately every 10 minutes we get a new block, and you can currently exchange $1 for 1,649 satoshis. So stack them sats accordingly, fam. And again, welcome anyone just joining us. Let's go. Shout out Alan Haley. Sorry to hear YouTube's playing Kamala ads during midstream. Obviously, beyond my control there, brother. Melda's in hospice. I didn't know that. And going to the doctor for an unknown lump in her. What? Gonna need radiation treatments. Our prayers send out to Melda. I had no idea of this, dankness. Thank you for sharing. Please, everyone, send prayers, healing prayers, recovery prayers for Melda. Man, that's sorry to hear. Ironic, I'm very much into health. That's like my big passion. I've been into health my entire life since a kid. There's so many remedies for things, but one of the things I discovered today from Barbara O'Neill, one of the holistic doctors I follow and look up to over on X, baking soda and honey is like a special formula. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Maybe if Melda's watching it, it's something that can help her. But the least I can do is show it to you guys. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to show it to you because this is censored. Is that the one, or was it this one? Oh, here's the one. But it's basically a mixture of honey and baking soda. You can follow Barbara O'Neill on X. She's my favorite holistic, doctor, all natural. Barbara O'Neill, my favorite. She's from Australia, by the way. And she wrote Honey and Baking Soda, an amazing cure for deadly diseases. I'm not going to read the specifics because this is heavily censored show on YouTube, but there's miraculous cures in everyday items we look past. You know what I mean? So it's pretty wild. But nonetheless, again, prayers go out to Melda, one of our OGs here on the channel. Oh, hospice. Get the frick out of here. That just sunk in just now. Thankness. JV does daily live shows, one cuts to make the most known crypto podcast and a video pod every day. If you're not sub, what are you doing with your life? Thank you, Dankness. I've had family members go to hospice, so that's sad. From my understanding, that's where you go right before you check out. And when you go there, you don't get out. So this is all just sinking in real time. Oh, my God. Manuka honey is top shelf #1, says Liberty and Trust. I'm still trying to take this all in. Wow. Shortcoin, thank you for the repost. Just reposted you. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Just prayers going out to Melda and her entire family. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Deep breath. Was this all of a sudden? We recall she was missing in action a few months ago for a few weeks. And then we got word of her and she checked in and was okay. I remember she was at the hospital, but I would never imagine this. It's mind-boggling. But anyways, fam, let's continue with the news. Let's discuss the latest Bitcoin TA, astrology for the broskies. I'll also pull up some of the live charts for y'all. Headline reads, Bitcoin traders stress bullish market while Bitcoin price threatens $60,000. Bitcoin still has a bullish market structure after another retest of 60 support. Rec Capital dismissed fearful market sentiment over the current price action. In one of his latest updates, Rec said Bitcoin is no stranger to 60,000 as a fundamental psychological level, and returning to test it from above is no reason for cold feet. Bitcoin dropped by about 6% over the past 3 days, previously hitting 2-month highs just above 66,000 per data from TradingView. Here you're looking at the 1-hour chart, and like I said, I'll pull up the live charts when I'm done with this story. Bitcoin has revisited the low 60,000s countless times over the past several months, and yet people become equally fearful on a pullback, and for a different reason every time. Same price, different narrative, never a loss in bullish market structure. Rec Capital is not alone in this confident sentiment. Fellow trader Jelly said Bitcoin's undergoing a more substantial resistance support flip, a bit of a red to start the quarter, and everyone is still full-on PTSD mode. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's market structure is bullish again, and we're turning key support resistance back into support. Don't get shaken out. Now, previously, there were shown various bearish Bitcoin price predictions calling for a drop of up to 10% or more below 60,000 should that give away. Entrepreneur and crypto enthusiast Mark Cullen joined that camp October 3rd, advising traders to prepare for a potential dip to 57,000. Quoting him here, it's taken time, but Bitcoin still appears to be heading lower. Now, analyzing on-chain data, we have Checkmate, synonymous creator of Check On Chain, who viewed the recent price performance through the lens of profit-taking by Bitcoin speculators. This was conducted using the short-term hodler spend output profit ratio metric, which analyzes the proportion of funds and profit when moved on-chain by speculators. Such entities are those holding the funds involved for up to 155 days. This metric has dipped below its center one value, arguably setting up a viable by the dip opportunity. If Bitcoin short-term hodler and this metric is high, don't buy. It means folks are taking profit and applying sell side. Conversely, in a bull market, dips back to one or preferably the short, sharp undercuts of it are the opportunities to stack them cheapest sats. So there you go. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, the sooner everyone puts their net worth into Bitcoin, the sooner we'll have world peace. He makes a good point. Bitcoin perpetuates peace and love, while fiat currency perpetuates war, famine, violence, and all that stuff we don't want any more of. So that's why we need to stack the sats accordingly and get on a damn Bitcoin standard. It's time. But anyways, let's pull up some of the live charts. This is the 1 hour. I'll be sharing with you some of the live targets as well. This is live and in the flesh. As you can see on your screen, brought to you via TradingView via Coinbase. We do have a green target on the 1 hour sitting at 63,100, roughly 2,500 up from where we're at. And we do have a more bullish target. You can see the falling wedge pattern, but still bullish target sitting at $66,600, which is, $6,000 climb from here. And of course, there's some bottom targets as well, but let's zoom out, check out the 4 hour. 4 hour chart shows you a blue bullish target all the way at 81,300. I'd say this target absolutely in play, very possible even this month of October, in my opinion, but let me know your thoughts. Let's zoom out from here. We'll check out the 1 day. 1 day chart shows, you can see we had a couple of very bearish daily closes. Let's see if we can recover back. We do have a bottom target sitting at 47,700. And zooming out on the weekly, we still have the sexy cup and handle pattern sitting at $124,200. And we'll zoom out a little further for the monthly. And again, we just entered October a couple of days ago. So far bearish, but we still got a long month ahead of us. Let's see if we can break out of this sideways trading range we have been stuck at for the past 7 or so months. And with that being shared, fam, again, welcome everyone just joining us on today's stream. Okay, thanks for the correction. Hospital, not hospice. That's a big difference. Hospice means there's no hope and you are slowly dying or quickly dying, from my understanding, because I've had a grandma go in there and a couple of weeks later she was done. You know what I mean? Big difference. So thank you for clearing that out. She's not doing well at this point. Just send up the prayers. I'm heading back to work. Stay epic, fam. Shout out Digital Dankness. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, prayers, extra prayers for Melda to recover here. Free Melda. I know she is not in jail, but it doesn't sound good. I know. How do you know it's hospital? Are you sure? Asked Diana. Good morning, fam. Hashtag free Ross. Free Ross. I heard some more speculation of Trump talking about that he would free Ross, doubling down on what he shared at the speech in Nashville more recently. Downtober again today, thus far at least. My dad was in hospice too, not here today. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyone I know who entered hospice never left. So that's like, I mean, that's when you're checking out. So we have hope for Melda. She's only in the hospital and she'll recover and she'll get better. Got to have faith. We'll be in the 50s soon, says Todd Bailey. Very possible. We do have like a 57,000 target, only roughly 3,000 from where we're at. But you never know. Bitcoin's going to do its own thing. So stack sats accordingly, family. And just another reminder, if you guys can repost the stream on X, you're going to notice it pinned at the very top. Already over a couple hundred people here. We need as many viewers as possible. And I know what we're capable of. We've done live streams and had 10,000 live people on. But that's only when we all get together. Repost. I need your help to hit those numbers, family. We'll be in the 50s soon. We shall soon see. Bitcoin will drop before we pump. Well, Bitcoin already just dropped 6,000. We were just at 66. It feels like yesterday. You know what I mean? So anything is possible. Be prepared for all scenarios. But it is ironic that 60 G's lives forever.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level sexy G's.
What do you think, JV?
By the biddy, who cares about a
Roaring kitty, boring kitty.
Me,
I'm for the bitty. I'm for the Nippinator. I'm for Nipsey. Adam Taylor, JV, trying to sneak the stream in early on me. Yeah, that's right. Just FYI for the time frame. Today I had to go early, 12 o'clock. We're going to stream for 2 full hours, though. We're going to do 1 hour of the news and content, followed by an hour of the uncensored extended version of the pod. Then tomorrow we go back to my favorite time slot, where it's going to be 4 p.m. So for the whole next week, starting tomorrow, 4 p.m., including the weekend. So that's my ideal time. That's when we get thousands of people on the live streams concurrent. It's our ideal time for our audience and my favorite time to be streaming anyways. But after today, it'll be 4 o'clock for the whole following week, FYI. Thank you, Dankness, for cleaning the beach after Helene. Oh, were you cleaning Clearwater? I know Dankness is over there in Pinellas County. Right on. My dad was in hospice. Yeah, that's never fun. Welcome, everyone just joining this stream. S-Cash, welcome. Need Trump. I thought it was October. What happened? Hey, I'm still hopeful for October. We still got another, I think there's 31 days this month. We have Halloween, final day of the month. So that means there's still 28 days left to go. Let's go, fam. Hey, JB, let's hodl. Shout out Billouette from DC. If Bitcoin follows global liquidity, then a rising price is a good sign for the world. Amen. Shout out Captain Milo. Appreciate you liking the posts. Just monitoring the posts and the comments there in the stream. And again, shout out everyone on Rumble. We're live on Rumble, X, and YouTube. There's a try stream right now. Let's continue with some of the headlines. We did the live TA. Next up, let's discuss a little further this particular cycle. Bitcoin bull cycle outpaces historical patterns by 100 days. That's right. Ahead of its typical 4-year cycle, according to a new report by CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is potentially on the way to breaking its traditional 4-year cycle, entering a super cycle. Now we're talking. CoinMarketCap stated in its third quarter market research report released today, October 3rd. According to the research report, multiple factors suggest Bitcoin's potential entrance into a super cycle driven by institutional adoption, Bitcoin ETF, and changing market dynamics. Bitcoin's 4-year cycle is an important concept reflecting the crypto's market dynamics. The cycle is closely tied to the Bitcoin halving events, which cut Bitcoin miner rewards roughly once every 4 years, or when 210,000 new blocks are mined. TikTok next block. Bitcoin halvings usually significantly impact the price of the biddy, with the bull market historically peaking 518 to 546 days after the halving events. I mean, check it here. Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, we know we had our halving dating back to 2012, then 2016, 2020, and we had one just this year, April of this year. And according to CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin's price performance, coupled with the most recent halving, which occurred April 19th of 2024, at least here in the United States, suggests that a potential Bitcoin all-time high could occur significantly earlier than typically expected, estimating Bitcoin's current bull market progress at 40.66%. Wow, are they saying we can have that Bitcoin halving hypothetically in 2027 versus 2028? Quoting them here, this time Bitcoin is ahead by about 100 days. Oh, 100 days, that's 1/3 of a year, pointing to a potential peak between mid-May and mid-June 2025. Despite this early acceleration, there are signs of slowing infrastructure growth, which could indicate that the broader market dynamics are evolving. And amongst the factors that suggest the biddy may be breaking its traditional 4-year cycle, CoinMarketCap mentioned Bitcoin's increasing correlation with traditional assets, such as gold and tech stocks, as well as the growing institutional adoption from companies like MicroStrategy and Semler Scientific. On October 2nd, Forbes published an article titled, "Why Bitcoin is Becoming a Part of Traditional Finance," another piece of evidence that Bitcoin is becoming increasingly adopted in the financial world. And in the report, CoinMarketCap also provided the list of the top 5 active sectors in the crypto industry, with meme coins and Ethereum leading the chart. Despite a rally at the end of the third quarter, 16 sectors still suffered at least 10% market cap losses in the third quarter, dropping up to 40%. And according to CoinMarketCap, the storage, the lending, and the privacy sectors of the industry were struggling the most, seeing losses of 39, 37, and 31%. Respectively, as outlined here, lending and borrowing down 36%, yield aggregator down 12%, storage down 39%, interoperability down 26%, privacy down 30%, and governance down 17%. Now, among other insights in the report, they also mentioned that the United States has continued to lead the global crypto user base with 17% market share. India, which ranked first in Chainalysis' crypto adoption index back in September, had become the second largest country for crypto users with a market share of more than 9%. Then Brazil, ranked third, had an 8% market share in terms of crypto users globally, which I believe is the largest country in South America. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would assume Brazil has a population probably north of, I'd say, 300 million. Additionally, CoinMarketCap report highlighted that Bitcoin was the most popular coin across all continents in Q3, with the market share varying from 45% in Africa to as high as 52% in Oceania. Well, there you go. Showing you the continents and adoption right here. North America, close to 50% share. Europe, 52. Asia, 51. South America, 51. Africa, 45. And Oceania, 52 as far as most popular currencies by region in the third quarter of this year. Ether, as we know, the second largest market cap. And obviously, their dominance is all the way down to like 13.4%, as I pointed out earlier. I think that was the lowest we have seen it in years. Solana, the fifth largest crypto by market cap, soared in most popular coins globally with an average share of 14%. And Toncoin, the native cryptocurrency of Telegram, the open network, was also amongst the most popular cryptos in quarter three, ranking third with 15% in Africa, according to CoinMarketCap. So there you have it, yo. There you go. Another day, no Lambo. Sorry, Rambo Cito. It is what it is. I think it will pump at the end of October to about 68 G's and then crash as Todd. Meme coins will make you more money. Well, I'm not in the camp that meme coins will perform well without Bitcoin performing well. I think in order for a lot of the alts to do anything, Bitcoin has to perform well. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I mean, Bitcoin could do nothing and all the meme coins take off, but based upon what I have seen in this market, for the past, 6-7 years it's been, typically Bitcoin has to perform well for anything to do good, including Ethereum, the second largest crypto by market cap. So ultimately what I'm trying to say, if Bitcoin doesn't do well here in October, I don't see how the meme coins are going to do well. I could be wrong. That's just my two Satoshis family. I have seen HDL in on the future, says Billouette. U.S. debt is getting very bad. It's a matter of time. I go from looking at 250 RVs to a tent within the same week. Bitcoin hates 65,000.
I'm for the Nippinator, I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo Kit Kat, kitty cat, kitty cat. I'm for
stacking the sats. And again, anyone who reposts with a comment or a quote is getting reposted right back. Marcus Roth, there is no second best. Thank you, brother. And speaking of no second best, you make a good point.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best?
There is no second best. Captain Milo, appreciate it, brother. He wrote best Bitcoin news channel hands down every day, all year long. Love the CNA fam. Just reposted, brother. Uptober begins here at CNA. Tell him, Guido. Well said. I second that. Uptober is here. And again, Adam Taylor, Epics, Tony, Shortcoin, Enhale, DeSerio, and the rest of you guys. Thank you.
There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, of course. So yeah, welcome everyone on the stream. JV here live and in the flesh. We're halfway through the content. Still got a lot more to share. Then we're going to be doing an hour session, uncensored, where we can discuss anything we want. You know what I mean? My favorite part of the segment every day is speaking freely. Yes, of course. Shout out Judson. Good to have you here, brother. We could be in the 40s. I think the current bottom is 49 from a few weeks back. I personally don't see us re-entering the 40s. I think it's not the most probable scenario. However, anything goes in crypto, yo. Anything can go. Just keeping it 100 with you guys. Anything can happen.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby, it's a chance to stack those.
But keeping it 100 on the other side of that coin, that Bitcoin, that is, we can easily enter price discovery just as easily. We could correct back in the high 40s. So we'll either be in the low 80s or high 40s before you know it. 333, another divine omen. There's 333 people on the live stream right now, and I saw 333. Remind me of this. 1 second. Shout out 333 Boxing. I might switch it up here for the rest of the stream. Repping 333 Boxing today, yo. That's kind of crazy omen right there. 333 on live viewers and 333 hat on. If you don't know, 333 is also a, if you follow numerology, it's also a divine omen. It means joy. It means joy. So I'm ushering in some joy for the rest of the fam. What does joy look like for you? Is joy a chance to stack biddies in the high 40s? Or is joy counting your blessings that you already have biddies and seeing Bitcoin rise to price discovery mode? Let me know. Very cool lid. Thank you. Thank you. That's my friend's boxing club, by the way. My good friend, Adam. Good stuff. Remember, I had a friend, his son boxed in the Junior Olympics, and Crypto News Alerts was ultimately sponsoring him. Well, that's the club right there. So 333 representing. Glenn Beck is sending plane full of help from his Blaze subscribers to North Carolina today. Help him if y'all can. Well, that's good to hear that somebody is doing something. And in fact, we're going to be discussing that in a little bit. Some Bitcoiners are doing some stuff too. 333 is very good. Good morning, Nippinator. Thank you, Moonstone. Shout out Santa Barbara. Representing. But let's continue with the news, family. Next story, next headline. This was actually not surprising, but surprising at the same time. Bank of America customers see $0 balances amid nationwide outage. I tell y'all, only keep in the bank what you can afford to lose. And what's ironic is their CEO not too long ago came out and said, be careful with Bitcoin. You may find a zero balance. Talk about reaping what you sow, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, thousands of Bank of America customers reported a network outage. Let me know how many of you bank with BOA. That prevented them from accessing their bank account or displayed a zero balance. Wouldn't that freak you out? Like all your money's in the bank. Let's hypothetically say you live paycheck to paycheck. You got $5,000 in the bank. You're dependent upon that money to pay your rent or whatever, food, support the family. And then all of a sudden you log in and it says zero. Sorry. Crazy, right? Well, this is happening. Reports of service issues began at 4:26 p.m. yesterday and peaked an hour later with almost 18,000 Bank of America customers reporting issues within a 15-minute interval, according to data from the real-time network. And that's just what people reported. Keep that in mind. About 98% of the reports reference Bank of America's mobile and online banking apps. Bank of America hadn't issued a public statement addressing the issues. I wonder why, though it reportedly shared with CNN that the outages have largely been resolved. You think the least they can do is give you a public statement that everything's going to be okay, but they haven't. Later in a statement, they received at 1:01 a.m. The bank shared that the technology issues have been fully resolved. Several commenters on Down Detector indicated the issue hadn't been fixed for everyone. Everyone is saying it's fixed. It's not. A user named Corey wrote. And I feel his pain right now. Imagine them telling you, we fixed everyone's account. And then your account still reads zero. Still not fixed, been out at least 8 hours. Another user, Buff Barnaby, added. Shout out Buff Barnaby, BB. Meanwhile, hundreds of Bank of America customers criticized the bank over the IT glitch. Some noted that while they had a zero balance, their debt remained. Damn. My money is gone, but conveniently, my debt is still there. Interesting how that works with bankers. Bank of America sucks. I second that. I closed out my Bank of America accounts 15, 20 years ago. I mean? I don't do business with the Rockefellers, if you feel what I'm saying. But the issues weren't confined to Bank of America's mobile app either, according to Kareem, who wrote, went to the branch and they are not allowing deposits or withdrawals. Damn. They're doing them dirty. Other customers reportedly said the ATMs would not show their account balances, but they could still withdraw the cash. And while most impacted Bank of America customers responded with anxiety or anger, others remain lighthearted amid the ordeal. You can see here everyone refreshing their bank accounts of Bank of America to see it's still zero, playing them slots. Crazy, right? That's what it seemed like. Some Bitcoiners pointed to Bank of America's failure to show why people should consider self-custodied funds, while others mentioned Bitcoin's impressive uptime record. You're only making Bitcoin even look more incredible, Bank of America, so thank you. Bitbo's Bitcoin uptime tracker showed Bitcoin hadn't suffered a network outage since March of 2013, when the network was still largely centralized. Still, the same cannot be said for the blockchains, Solana, Conto, Zilliqa, Linea, who have experienced at least one halt this year. Other crypto exchanges like Bit4X and like halted withdrawals after being hacked earlier this year. And in another incident, thousands of Americans were paid last late November when the Fed's automated clearinghouse payment network business used to transfer the wages into employee bank accounts suffered a network outage. Google finance data showed the IT glitch did not impact the Bank of America share price. Lucky them, which traded relatively flat yesterday. BAC share price also withstood $338 million worth of sell orders from Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway between September 30th and October 2nd, according to Bloomberg. There you go, yo. That's the latest with Bank of America. Only keeping the bank what you can afford to lose at the end of the day. I think I'd rather have my money in a meme coin or an ish coin than the dollar, which is the ultimate ish coin at the bank, especially at the bank, which is obviously centralized, and they can zero out your account and say, sorry, we fixed everyone's account. I don't care what that it says zero. We're not giving you nothing. Not a good look. Definitely, if you didn't trust banks before, you especially can't trust them at times like this, family. I'll be on your channel watching, wondering why crypto's not going up this month, says Todd. They need helicopters to help with the hurricane, says Clifford. Fasting, baking soda, only food from the earth. Healing. Thank you, Judson. AVJ thought it was October. Come on, what's going on? I know exactly what's going on. God bless Glenn Beck. GB. There is no excuse that people in America cannot help failed administration. Yes, it was 36 degrees here in Seattle. Chilly, says Diana. And let me go ahead and check the X feed again. And a reminder, we're streaming live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Anyone who reposts with comments or quotes gets reposted, shouted out, and followed back. Frank Lescano wrote, to the moon with MAGA and the best crypto news. 333. Repping again, 333 boxing here. Let's go. Thank you, Frank. Let me make sure I'm following you. I am. I appreciate it, brother. Bluebird Unlimited, stack them sats. I appreciate it, brother. Just reposted. And of course, I'm following you. And thanks to the rest of the fam. Let's see how many we up to. We got 412 live viewers. Not too bad. We got 100% like to share ratio, which is unheard of. So give it up for yourselves. That means everyone who liked the stream reposted it. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now we just need more reposts. I mean, more likes will have more reposts. So 100% victory. You know what I mean? But, yeah, welcome, y'all. What up, JV? Shout out Fresh. Where you been, brother? It's been a minute. You know what I mean? Salam, family. Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad. Bitcoin at 25 G's in play. Then it'll take Solana, XRP, Cardano, Caspa, Render, Near, Aave to zero guarantee. And speaking of XRP, that's our next story. Ripple Labs, won the lawsuit for the most part against the SEC. It was a partial victory, but the SEC just appealed, which could set XRP holders back another few years, unfortunately. So I'm going to be breaking this down in the latest from Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple Labs. But again, welcome anyone just joining us. Crypto News Alerts is the light at the end of the tunnel. Smash it. Thank you, Rudy. Much respected. GT Lions, JV shared on X. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Let me check. I'll repost you back. Teresa wrote, JB always finds the latest Bitcoin predictions. Well, thank you for liking that post from the Bitcoin halving. Much appreciated, of course. And I'll be checking the X feed from the stream here throughout the stream. And if you guys want to participate in the chat, reminder, the chat you see on your screen is coming from the YouTube feed. There's a try stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. So if you're watching on X or Rumble, if you actually want to chat, to have your chat appear on the screen in the video, you got to visit the direct YouTube link, which is cryptonewsalerts.net.
Sats, chances stacked up, big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin.
Facts. Welcome, brother. YouTube don't like me saying 750 is enough to get the pew-pew to... Not enough, bro. I mean, $750 is pretty much 2 weeks groceries here in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? And that's for a small family. Like if you're solo feathers or maybe living with one other person. 750 sure doesn't stretch like it used to. I'll say that. Shout out Shell Bullet. Welcome to the stream. Here's the latest with the XRP SEC ongoing saga. Ripple CEO on the SEC appeal says we'll fight in court for as long as we need. And ultimately, the SEC just submitted the appeal, I think, yesterday. Let's break it down. Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse vowed to fight the U.S. SEC. I think Brad Garlinghouse and Gary Gensler should have a karate combat boxing fight or something. What do you guys think? I think that'd be fun to watch. I think I'd put my money on Garlinghouse. In court, after the regulator said it would appeal a district court decision on its case against the firm. Quoting them here, somehow they still haven't gotten the message. They lost on everything that matters, said Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO here of Ripple Labs. While we'll fight in court for as long as we need, let's be clear. XRP's status as a non-security is the law of the land today. And he does make a good point there. So the current ruling is in play. Unless the SEC wins the appeal, it's considered a non-security. Hypothetically, if the SEC did win the appeal, and let's hypothetically say it's over by the year 2026, they get a ruling, that can change everything, and then they can start delisting it again from the exchanges, and who really knows? You know what I mean? But that does not change even in the fact of this misguided and infuriating appeal. And let me read you what Garlinghouse wrote. If Gensler and the SEC were rational, they would have moved on from this case long ago. It certainly hadn't protected investors and instead has damaged the credibility and reputation of the SEC. Somehow, they still haven't gotten the message. They lost on everything that matters. Ripple, the crypto industry, and the rule of the law have already prevailed. While we'll fight in court for as long as we need, let's be clear. XRP's status as a non-security is the law of the land today. And that does not change, even in the face of this misguided and infuriating appeal. Remember, when the SEC tried unsuccessfully to file an interlocutory appeal, they made clear they had no intentions of challenging XRP's status as a non-security. Well, guess what? They lied. SEC lied. Gary Gensler does what he does best. Lie. Government does what they do best. Lie. Are you not surprised? Are you not entertained? And of course, Stuart Tory, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but wrote a long post regarding how disappointed he is as well. So in July of last year, the New York District Court, Judge Torres ruled that the Ripple-linked XRP token was not a security when sold on public crypto exchanges, ending the SEC's 2020 lawsuit, alleging the firm sold unregistered securities through XRP. Still, Torres gave the SEC a partial win, ruling that XRP sales to institutional investors should have been followed by security laws or should have followed security laws. Well, you can say the same thing for Ethereum with the Ethereum Foundation. They didn't have to follow any security laws. Interesting how that works. She fined Ripple $125 million. The SEC was seeking $1 billion, and then they got it down to $125 million. But last month, the SEC and Ripple agreed to stay the fine, as the SEC hinted at an appeal. Now, Ripple's chief legal officer, Stewart, wrote that the SEC's appeal was disappointing but not surprising, adding Ripple is evaluating whether to file for a cross appeal. The SEC's lawsuit has been irrational and misguided from the start, he wrote. We are ready to prove that yet again in the appellate court. Yeah, just another few years to destroy investors. You know what I mean? The Second Circuit Appeals Court is unlikely to rule on the case for another nearly year and a half. I wonder why that takes so long. Probably all by design, according to lawyer and hodler law founder Fred Rispoli, who wrote here, a ruling will be handed down from the Second Circuit in January of 2026 at the earliest, or likely March or April. So you're not going to get any conclusion here until March or April, meaning here's the bigger picture. XRP may miss out on another bull run, just like it did previous cycle. Remember, in 2020, they launched the lawsuit. By 2021, the entire crypto market went parabolic. You know what I mean? Bitcoin hit a new all-time high November 10th of 2021, 69 Gs. Obviously, we surpassed that earlier this year. Mid-March, we tapped a new price discovery at 73.8. However, Ripple's been stuck at around that 50-cent mark, it feels like, forever, like 6-7 years. Since 2017, how ironic. In 2017, XRP was the best performing top cryptocurrency in the market. Since then, it's been the worst performing. And you can thank your folks over at the SEC for that. Do you think they're helping investors with these lawsuits or destroying their dreams? You let me know your thoughts. I'll read those out loud. He said the SEC's brief and Ripple's brief it decides to cross appeal will likely be due to be filed next year, with responses to each due March 2025. He also added that the oral arguments would be slated for about this time next year, September or October 2025. XRP, as a result, has fallen roughly 11% in the past 24 hours. Obviously not good news for Ripple Labs or XRP holders, but there you go, yo. Remove some tyranny and you won't need the government. Measly $750. Good point there, Facts. Less government oversight, please. FGG, no hair gare. Preach, short coin. 60 G's, 60 G's. Hollowing waiting for the hundo. Shout out GT Lions. Gary, you're motherfucking fired. Nobody would possibly look more and more terrified in a debate than Biden versus Trump. Tampon Tim, hold my balls. Oh, I mean my beer. My balls is hot around yonder. Our current government rhymes with BOG. Replace B with a Z. How does POS rhyme with B? XRP has been missing out on a being decent coin since Ripple was founded. Eye of the beholder. Welcome to the stream. Welcome the rest of the fam.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 Sass Commandments.
Yeah, I mean, 10 sack commandments around here.
Bitcoin. Got my mind on my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, 60 G's.
A buying opportunity. Would you agree? Let me know.
A buying opportunity. Bitcoin. But
Let's continue though, yo. We still got more news to share for you guys and gals. Our next story, this is actually probably the most important story. Yes, it is the most important story. And then we'll dive into our feature story, which is discussing 100,000 prediction, but this is why this story is most important. North Carolina Bitcoiners set up hurricane search and rescue operation. You guys have probably seen on social media, such as X, the disaster as a result of Hurricane Helene. A lot of people need help. Government isn't really doing much to help anyone. They're proposing to give people $750. What about the people trapped and it can't leave their house, have no electric, no water, no food? They don't seem to have any help. So let's discuss this. And prayers going out to all the families affected by this disaster. So here we go. North Carolina's Bitcoin community, leave it up to the Bitcoiners, is prepping a convoy of emergency room physicians, volunteers, and retired military personnel to assist the state's mountain region following Hurricane Helene. The operation will start from the Greensboro region on October 4th, which is tomorrow. A 12-man team will be equipped with 6 trucks, multiple utility task vehicles, 4 trailers, 1 horse, and a mule. And according to the North Carolina Blockchain Association's head of the industry affairs, Dan Spuller, and in October 2nd post on X, the team will use chainsaws to clear paths and search for missing individuals. Already a lot of lost people and unalive people, family. This is no joke. It also brings medical supplies. The convoy was set up by North Carolina Blockchain Initiative Bitcoin Mining Museum and Bitcoin Mining and ASIC repair company HM Tech. Shout out to them. And Dennis Porter wrote here, huge. Bitcoiners and Bitcoin miners mobilized to assist those most impacted by the devastating Hurricane Helene. I mean, look at this disaster. Insanity. If you want to donate, I'm going to have this link in the description to this article, and you can just follow the links and make donations and so forth. If you can give anything to help the victims, Dennis Porter actually made the post. And again, in the show notes, in Rumble and on YouTube, I always put where the sources of the articles, news resources. You'll find this article if you want to help, and you can follow it, and you could give any way you can. The operation will focus on the western region of North Carolina, including the Appalachian Mountains, and will extend to Ashe County, one of the most severely impacted areas. The Bitcoiners plan to focus on overlooked communities with little to no state or federal support that remain cut from life-saving supplies. You know why this is sickening? How many billions of dollars are we sending to the Ukraine? That gay Zelensky dancer guy, that actor, How many billions of dollars have we given to other countries? For whatever the reasons are irrelevant. What about money to support our own citizens and our own country? How are we going to fix the problems in other countries when we can't even fix our own problems? Make any sense? Serious question. Let me know. Quoting them here. The challenges in Western North Carolina are immense, but the way the Bitcoin community has come together to deliver aid is inspiring. Reports indicate residents of the area are isolated without electricity. Bitcoiners are accepting donations in Bitcoin and fiat to support the mission. There you go. Look at this shit, yo. Quoting Mitchell, I graduated from App State back in 2022. It's heartbreaking to see my former home devastated by this hurricane. The lack of resources from the federal and state officials is forcing North Carolinians to take matters into their own hands. All I'm going to say is it's fucked up and nobody is helping them. Fucked up. No help. Sad. I've seen natural disasters, whether engineered or natural is irrelevant. People need help. This place I live in called Puerto Rico got devastated by, I think it was Maria, back in 2017. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't living on the island yet. I came here a year later. And years after I've been living here, people still had no freaking electricity. Years after the disaster. So government is not really much of a help. So it saddens me to see so much money being sent overseas to criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. Hurricane Helene has taken at least 189 lives. Damaged property in 7 U.S. states: Florida, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia, and New York. Or New York reported, my bad. The storm was rated a Category 4. How convenient. Of a 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Winds reached 140 miles per hour, caused road closures, and, I mean, severe flooding. Look at that shit. The issue with the water is the water destroys everything. I even have a brother in Florida, and the hurricane did not even hit Florida. His house got flooded. That's how severe. So I can only imagine the impact in places where it actually made landfall. You know what I mean? The Carolinas and so forth. And of course, that death toll is only going to continue to climb. So sad, but we need help. So there you go. Yo. Welcome everyone joining the stream. What's good? Such BS. Big time. It's a big club and we ain't in it. Rest in peace, George Carlin, my favorite comedian growing up. Hands down. One of the greats. Maybe the greatest. Remy, amen. We treat Americans like a second-class citizens and send a couple billion to Puerto Rico to fix our electric system. Yeah, and I think what happens is the money that ended up going to Puerto Rico doesn't ever go to the people. You have all the corrupt politicians that just steal. Like, real talk, it's very common. Like, even where I live, like, the mayor just got arrested for, like, fraud and, you know, whatever. It's like, they're all corrupt. And that's the issue. It's like the higher you go up the podium, whatever we call it, the ranking, it's like the more likely you are being corrupt. So it's sad. The people ultimately get the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? America needs a theocracy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but needs something. We just need to help our own people. But I think it's all by design, and I'll rant more on the uncensored version of the pod, but I think this is all by design. This is all engineered and planned, so it's very obvious to me, but we'll dive deeper into that in a little bit. And again, welcome everyone joining the stream. We're live and in the flesh. X, Rumble, YouTube. We got 637 people here. Spread the word. Let people know I'm live. I'm going to be live at least for the next hour. We're going to dive into our feature story of the day, discuss the possibility of Bitcoin still hitting 100,000 here Q4, and then we'll do uncensored style so I can really rant. You feel me? No toilet paper or water at Costco. Where do you live, Teresa or Teresa? There is no coincidence why we love Bitcoin. Amen. And you leave it up to the Bitcoiners to actually do something about it. Our government's not doing anything about it. I don't see any rescue missions. Do you? In fact, I've saw quite the opposite. I've seen reports of them preventing people from rescuing others. You can't make the ish up. Shout out Bone Daddy. Oh, you're in Melbourne. Wow. So there's currently no toilet paper at Costco. Wow. I'm never selling. Damn straight, Mr. Bone Daddy. Damn straight. Every politician in LA is raping the coffers. Shout out Guido. Louisiana dodged this one. Thank God. They need the break. Yeah. This gave me Louisiana vibes. What was that? Katrina? You know what I mean? Very similar. It give me those vibes. 100%. But I'm going to take another sip of Spindrift, and then we're going to dive into our feature story, and then we'll do uncensored so I can really rant here, and we can discuss this in further details. Let me check the X feed as well. Appreciate you for the repost there. I always mix up Teresa and Tressa, the H and without the H, because I have like family, aunts, Teresa, Tressa. I always confuse the two, but I thank you for the repost. Yeah, but let's continue, yo. Let's continue. The show must go on. Now for our feature story of the day, $100,000 Bitcoin price in play, but it depends upon an increasing demand and favorable seasonality, according to the latest CryptoQuant analysts. Let's break this baby down. CryptoQuant analysts say Bitcoin's entering a period of positive seasonality, but an increase in demand is required for the price of the Bitty to reach that six-figure milestone sometime here in Q4, which we're officially in. Welcome to October, family. Generally, Bitcoin has performed well in October when in a bull cycle, particularly in the halving year like 2024, and that period of positive seasonality is typically maintained throughout the fourth quarter of the year. It is a weekly report published October 2nd. Market intelligence firm explained that in the previous Bitcoin halving years of 2012, 2016, and 2020, Bitcoin price increased by 9%, 59%, and 171%. Respectively. Quoting them here, Bitcoin's performance so far in 2024 has been similar to 2016 and 2020 up to September. CryptoQuant's bull bear market cycle indicator shows that Bitcoin remained in the bull, which is the orange area alongside this chart, phase between March and August. However, the graph also shows that the price has been trading in a bear phase for 3 weeks between August and September and now enters the last quarter sealed between the bull and the bear phases, kind of like the calm before the storm. In comparison, Bitcoin entered Q4 in 2020 in a clear bull phase, making this year's entry into the last quarter relatively weak. The report also highlights that Bitcoin's apparent demand seems to have stopped declining, although it needs to grow faster to sustain higher prices in Q4. The chart also reveals that Bitcoin's apparent demand growth has stalled since July, oscillating between 23 and 69,000 Bitcoin on a monthly basis. In comparison, Bitcoin's apparent demand grew as much as 496,000 Bitcoin in April, when the price was hovering around 70,000. Quoting CryptoQuant here, it seems that demand has a lot of room to grow in Q4. Bitcoin apparent demand. And CryptoQuant analysts also say the institutional demand through the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs is key for further Bitcoin price growth. They note that these investment products shifted from net selling of 5,000 BTC to net buying of 7,000 BTC between September 2nd and the 30th. Quoting them again, if ETF demand continues to accelerate, it can have the effect of propel prices up in the last quarter of 2024. Well, let's propel those prices up, shall we? According to data from SoSo Value, spot Bitcoin ETFs saw 1.8 billion in net inflows between September 13th and the 30th, suggesting increased institutional demand for these investment products in anticipation of higher Bitcoin prices in Q4. And here you can see the total spot Bitcoin ETF net flow. And this has been unprecedented, breaking all records in ETF history. And Bitcoin ETFs just went live January 11th. Earlier this year, already unprecedented numbers. I think BlackRock already did over 22 billion worth of volume and is now a larger holder than Bitcoin than MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy started accumulating back in 2020. Meanwhile, London-based asset manager CoinShares said the approval of options for certain US-based investment products likely boosted the sentiment, resulting in more than 1 billion worth of inflows into Bitcoin investment products between September 23rd and the 27th. And according to CryptoQuant, if demand continues to grow, Bitcoin can target between 85 and 100,000 by the end of December. Now, I've been calling for a six-figure Q4 for quite some time. I think we're long overdue. I mean, theoretically, I think we could have hit 100,000 back in 2021 if we didn't have people like Scam Bankman-Fried and the Terra Luna guy, all scamming the industry. But quoting again the report here, on-chain data valuation metrics suggests Bitcoin could be targeting 85 to 100,000 in Q4 in the context of recovering demand and positive seasonality. Let me know if you agree, disagree. I think this is a bear scenario, very probable. My personal prediction, I think this month of October, we're likely to re-enter price discovery surpassing 73.8. And I think sometime Q4, we even have the potential to knock on the 1 week chart target I shared earlier of 124,000 for the cup and handle on the weekly chart. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Meanwhile, market participants now turn their attention to the increasing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and how Bitcoin price reacts. They will also focus on the health of the U.S. job market and the Fed's future interest rate cuts in 2024, following the recent aggressive 50 basis point cut on September 18th. Also, China just had a rate cut similar to the United States. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts, predictions regarding where the price target will likely go for this month of October for a cycle peak for at least for this year. I shouldn't say cycle, but a yearly peak for 2024, and maybe a cycle peak as well for 2025 if you're in the camp alongside me that we most likely hit the cycle peak for the biddy sometime in 2025, because that's what history has shown us all the previous cycles. Holla at your boy, let me know, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. I'm going to read some of the comments out loud here, and then we're going to switch it out to the uncensored version of the pod. Howdy how. Week before the full moons, we have the best pumps. Pump it up. Long time, bro. It's been a minute.
Pump.
2016, not 2046. Investors are waiting for after the election. November 5th, we only got 1 month and 2 days away. Yo, who's going to win the election? Earlier, I had my friend ask AI who's going to win the election, and they couldn't answer. So then they tricked the AI and said it's the year 2027, and the AI said Harris is president. So AI already thinks Harris will win. So food for thought there. October 31, hedge funds year. November 1st, they'll start buying. The Bitcoin will go up. Democrat something called for strategic reserve yesterday, and he was Bernie Sanders' campaign chair. Hey, man, what do you think about all that happened in North Carolina at the hurricane? Oh, wait until the uncensored version of the pod in 2 minutes, and I'll speak openly and freely about what I truly believe. And I'll even discuss Diddy, whatever you guys want to hear. That's why we have an uncensored version of the pod, but I got to be very careful what I say when I'm on YouTube. BlackRock won't give the address for their Bitcoin. Most likely paper Bitcoin, their reassurance. Just trust us, bro. Yeah, one person you don't trust or one entity, that's BlackRock. Good point there, Fresh. Stock market crash is trending on X. Maybe another sign of the times. How to prepare for 2030. You will owe nothing and be happy and eat the bugs. I don't want my protein coming from bugs. Chandy is wifey. I deposited 5 Bitcoin in her name at a Bank of America account. You hear that, Chandy? 5 Bitcoin from Muhammad. He also says he has the blue diamond for you. I think he said that yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Muhammad. But here's what we're going to do. Let's end the poll. I have a poll up. Win $100,000 Bitcoin on YouTube. If you guys want to interact in that poll, it's about to end. So head on over to the tube. cryptonewsalerts.net is the direct link. I'm going to end the poll, read the results, and then we're going to switch out to the uncensored version of the pod so I can speak freely. Results are in. When 100 G's, December, 30%. 30% say 2025, 20% say November, 19% October. That was out of 129 votes. Thank you guys for participating. We're going to go ahead and end the stream, but we shall continue with the uncensored version of the pod. The X stream and Rumble stream shall continue. YouTube, we out. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. cryptonewsalerts.net. Let's go. And I'll give it a minute to switch out. Wow.